ever have the feeling that something really important was about to happen? A kind of sixth sense that led you down a path that would change your life and the lives of others? Call it divine providence or just plain luck, but I think someone was watching over us one magical moment when Mercyhurst College set its sights on Northeast.
Bringing Mercyhurst to St. Mary's Seminary was a defining moment for this community some 20 years ago. The community actually came together to support the effort, and as a result, a Northeast Community Foundation was formed, and again, 20 years later, it's serving the community to enhance the quality of life for all residents in the Northeast area.
The Mercyhurst experience is probably one of the most satisfying experiences in my life outside of family and business. The Northeast Community Foundation is similar. It's not quite as large, but I think it's a building block that 20 or 30 years from now could be even a greater support than it has been to the community.
A great visual of success for the Community Foundation is right on the corner of Division and Route 89, Mercyhurst North East. When you look at what Mercyhurst has become in the community as a result of 20 years ago, the visionaries bringing Mercyhurst into Northeast, the investments that the community has made, as well as what Mercyhurst has invested back, is just remarkable. They've brought not only a physical organization, but now we have education into community now that is being embraced.
The first time I went there, I was blown away. I had always admired the beauty of this campus, and I went out to Northeast not knowing what to expect, and I found a campus at least as beautiful and maybe even more beautiful than this one. The stately trees, Miller Hall, St. Mary's Chapel, it's a lovely place, and it's in a lovely town as well. The Sisters of Mercy have a very interesting past. It was actually the first order of Catholic nuns not to be cloistered. And when Catherine Macaulay founded the order, she insisted that they'd go out into the streets of Dublin. They'd help the poor, the ignorant, and the sick. And she really wanted to physically help people as well as pray for them. So they understood the power of prayer, but they also understood the dignity of work. And they wanted to provide help and service to those who would not have the opportunity to do it otherwise. And so what happens at Mercyhurst Northeast is exactly aligned with that, what they call the charism, or the gift of the Holy Spirit of the Sisters of Mercy. And that charism has to do with providing assistance to those who would not otherwise have the opportunity for an education.
The campus opened with 53 resident students enrolled in the Foundation's program in September of 1991. At our 10th anniversary, enrollment had grown to about 550 students. This past fall, depending upon how you want to count, enrollment was really 1,100 students.
The expense budget at Mercyhurst Northeast is something like $17 million. So we spend $17 million in that community. Those dollars reverberate, and so there may be a factor of 2 or 2.5. So you're talking about an economic impact in the area of $30 to $40 million a year of Mercyhurst Northeast in the Mercyhurst community.
The initial contribution, the $500,000, without it, the college would have never come to Northeast. I think that's a given. And I think what's nice, and we talk about some of the contributions were large, some of them were small. I think one of the nice things is the 200 initial donors have always felt like they're a part of the college.
It just gives me joy to see it busy and cars coming and going and really taking care of it. The same goes for the building blocks. If you begin to let the building blocks, the cement between them, go downhill and don't take care of it, then it's gone. And that's something we didn't let happen. I think that's a big A or roses on our hats or whatever you want to say, that we didn't miss that opportunity when it was there. And I think that's the thing that meant more to me than anything else.
Seize the day has been Mercyhurst's motto since 1926, Carpe Diem. And this is the opportunity for us to seize the chance to strengthen Northeast and to strengthen Mercyhurst University, to strengthen the lives of the young people that come to us, and to strengthen the economic development of the entire region. So we're very, very pleased to be in partnership with Northeast.
I think they're a community that really pulls together. We've done that for how many years, and almost without exception, every one of those things where we put our shoulder to the wheel together have been a success.
The Northeast Community Foundation has served many nonprofit organizations in Northeast. Without their help, many of these organizations would suffer, but today they're viable and vital to the Northeast community.
49 Place really is a place for neighbors in Northeast. Northeast has always been a town that takes care of its own, and that pretty much defines our mission, which is to help our neighbors in any way that we can. Our focus is particularly on the working poor. Last year, our 123 volunteers worked for more than 10,000 hours and processed more than 43,000 transactions. All of our profits go right back into programs and services for our neighbors. In 2008, a grant from the Northeast Community Foundation allowed us to open our community room, which houses GED classes, Erie-free taxes, Al-Anon, crime victims counseling, the Grapevine Time Exchange, and offers computer access for those without a home computer. We offer daycare scholarships for the children of the working poor, transportation to medical appointments, help for people in emergency situations, and access to various programs like HealthNet, Weatherization, and LIHEAP. In 2010, a grant from the Northeast Community Foundation and the Erie Community Foundation allowed us to replace the leaking roof in the oldest part of the building. Ever since the thrift store started, we've just been owned by the community. We've never needed anything that the community didn't supply. We've never asked for help that we didn't get immediately. And people have always been grateful for the place. But in the last few years, as the economy has gotten worse, it's unbelievable the number of people that stop the volunteers and thank us and say that they don't know what they would do if we weren't here, that they couldn't clothe their children without us.
It's a clear, crisp, cold winter day here, and they're out here splitting wood for Troop 82 this morning. This is one of the boys' most productive fundraisers. They come out here, they do a lot of physical work. They load and split and get the wood delivered to their customers, help them stack it. And it's probably one of the best fundraisers we could do with these young men, because they're earning a trip somewhere in the future back to California, maybe up to Cape Cod to whale watch or work on a lobster boat for a day. There's 22 of them going back to Glacier National Park next year. And they're going to work hard to earn that, and we're not looking for the boys to have handouts or donations. We're looking for them to earn this money through work.
I started scouting in 2nd grade as a Wolf Scout. I worked all the way through the program and just finished my Eagle Scout this last November. Right now I'm a junior firefighter at Crescent Hose. I'm currently working on getting my EMT certification, and this summer I should have my EMT and be able to answer calls.
The Community Foundation has given, since its inception 20 years ago, over $1 million of grants into the Northeast community. And that, to us, is just a significant amount of opportunity that has been invested back into the community. And I think it's important that we just talk about that for a second, because when we look at the magnitude of that $1 million, 20 years ago when the Community Foundation started, it didn't have any money. And over the years, it's grown to today we have, close to $3 million in assets. And the way a community foundation works is, of those endowment dollars that we get, every year we give back into the community about 4%, 4 to 5%. So just on average, you would give back you would give the entire principal back over a 20-year period. So when we look at that investment of $1 million, we still have the money, the principal that the donors entrusted with us. That money still exists, and we've actually given their entire fund back, but due to investment income and the give back that we do, the 4 to 5%, the endowment that they gave us lives in perpetuity. It lives on. So it'll always be here. That is the beauty of the Community Foundation.
I think we've got to help the community understand that we do have a community foundation, that in order to be a part of it, you don't have to give them $1 million. There are a lot of people in this community that don't have family, and when they pass, they have even a small amount of money. It would be great if they made a bequest that would then come to the Community Foundation. It would just make our community stronger in the future, and we can get through tough times helping those that are less fortunate if we have a little cookie jar of our own.
As we look out 20 years, we can think big and reach large, and we feel that there's opportunities here within this community because we have come together before, that we can continue to come together and continue to grow this community foundation and make a larger impact in the future.